this is where we found these bones.
Oh, I found something else right here. That's a spine.
What is your name?
And literally I thought he was going in for shelter. Look at that man. He's a freak.
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. Approximately 4 years ago, a YouTuber named Florida Johnny Boy uploaded what began as a lighthearted fishing vlog, but it quickly evolved into something far more disturbing. The video was originally meant to be a comedic take on how to fish professionally, but what unfolded instead was a spontaneous exploration through the woods that left Johnny and his companion rattled. The two began their trip in high spirits, joking around while searching for a good fishing spot. However, after finding no suitable place to film, the planned tutorial was scrapped and replaced with a casual forest vlog.
So originally this was going to be a funny video about how to fish professionally. However, I decided against that because there's no real open spots right now that I wanted to actually shoot the video. So this is now a vlog.
Ah! Whoa, look at all this. Are these arrowheads? What are these?
Arrowheads? Where do you think it goes?
It's spooky forest.
So if you look, this just opened up significantly going this way. Oh my god.
I got you.
Oh my
Look
god.
at my big finger.
Oh my crap. Jesus.
Good?
Nope. If you don't stop with that damn stick.
Yeah! That was scary. Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. Look. Those have to be its spores. That's cool.
So we had to double back because we realized that we left everything in the truck. And that's not the best idea, considering anybody at any time, while we're in the middle of the woods here, can just show up and take all of our stuff.
Did you grab your keys?
I have my key. That's where we're heading. Okay, so this isn't even a trail, it's a creek bed. It's still pretty cool though. Minus the spider webs on my face.
As they wandered deeper into the woods, they joked about the location being a spooky forest. With no clear trail to follow, they veered off the beaten path and stumbled upon what Johnny referred to as Pennywise's house. But things took a serious turn when they discovered what appeared to be scattered bones near an overgrown well.
Look, is this a bone? Are these bones? Bro, there's bones! Alright, these are rib bones of some kind.
Those are rib bones.
I'm not okay.
They're all in the well right there.
There's a bunch. I don't like this, Dad. I was just see if there's anything else. Oh! What?
There's more bones.
No way.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Is that a thigh bone?
So not only did we come across Pennywise's house, we found a bunch of rib bones and what appears to be...
Maybe.
Look, it's cut right there. Right here on this piece. It looks like it was like cut through or something. This is exactly how horror movies start.
Initially unsure of what they were seeing, they examined what looked like rib bones and a potential femur. Some bones appeared clean, oddly cut, or broken in unnatural ways. Johnny remarked that this was how horror stories typically begin, and the atmosphere quickly shifted from playful to tense. Nearby, they found a glass bottle with a perfectly round hole in it.
You ever see a glass bottle? You ever see a glass bottle with a hole in it?
Let me see.
Perfectly like that? Look at that. Huh. I'm really curious as to what kind of bones those are. That bottle just broke.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It just broke.
Like it was just sitting on the ground.
Yeah. Did you not hear it?
Uh-uh.
I set it down and then I was doing something over there and then I just heard like a crack and... Yo, what?
Like, look at this, Dad, look. This is a tendon.
Yeah.
This is too. And look, this looks like it pivots. So I'm pretty sure this is like a fucking...
Yeah, but that's cut.
Yeah. Look at that. That's somebody's fucking leg. That's a fucking knee. I don't know, man. I'm not okay with this though.
Dude, watch this like end up being like that movie, The Ritual.
Oh,
We
no.
start seeing strange carvings in the trees and whatnot.
I would be like, okay, we're going home now.
So that is pretty interesting.
Bizarrely, after setting it down, the bottle suddenly shattered with an audible crack, despite no one touching it. This added to their growing discomfort. As they continued examining the site, they questioned whether the remains belonged to an animal or a person. They noted the precision of some cuts and pointed out tendon-like tissue still attached to certain pieces. The unsettling condition of the bones led them to wonder if they had just stumbled upon something far more serious. Johnny casually mentioned the eerie similarities to scenes from horror films, particularly The Ritual. Despite the unease, the two returned to the location the following day.
So we are heading back to the same place where we found the bones because we want to see whether or not we can find any more kind of in the area. Because they look suspiciously human, especially the rib bones, and it is very difficult to tell when it comes to rib bones anyway. I would rather, say someone did get killed out here, or from, another location or something, and they got dumped out here. And we're back.
Like, I'm in panic mode right now. I'm not okay.
So this is where we found these bones. The other bones were right here. Now the winds are picking up. That's creepy.
Driven by curiosity and a desire to understand what they had found. This time, they brought basic digging tools and continued documenting the site using their camera rig and audio recorder. Back at the same location, they discovered even more bones. This time, the fragments included what resembled a spinal column, tailbone, and more rib sections. The remains appeared to be buried intentionally, suggesting an effort to conceal them.
Found what looks to be the tail end, because that looks like the butt bone.
So it means that it's all under here, whatever it is. Oh, I found something else right here. That's a spine.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a spine.
We're gonna keep working on this. We'll be back.
Oh, this goes deep. Do you see it?
I see it.
Is this a spine?
Yeah.
But what from?
I don't know. The curious thing is to why it's there of all places. So I'm noticing we're finding all the rib bones right there.
Yeah.
The head's got to be in this area.
Uh-huh. Look, the further back it goes that way, more looks like it's starting to get towards the tailbone, so.
So we have found the rest of the bones. It looks, I don't know, it might be a dog or a deer or something like that. We're not actually 100% sure. And now it's starting to rain on us. So after spending about an hour digging, these are all the bones.
After closely examining the bones, they theorized that the skeleton may have belonged to a calf, or possibly a large dog. The spine didn't match that of a typical coyote or canine, and the exact species remained uncertain. At one point, Johnny left his friend alone momentarily. During that time, a loud crashing sound rang out, prompting his partner to scream for him to return. The sudden noise added another layer of fear to an already bizarre discovery. By the end of the video, they cautiously concluded the remains were likely non-human, possibly from a calf. But even with that possibility, the circumstances, the remote location, partially buried bones, spontaneous bottle breaking, and loud, unexplained noises, left both of them deeply unsettled. Was this simply the remains of a farm animal left behind? Or were the bones intentionally disposed of, suggesting a different story entirely? The precision of the cuts and secluded location raised far more questions than answers. What do you think really happened in those woods? Was it a harmless discovery, or something more disturbing hidden in plain sight? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy real-life mysteries like this, make sure to subscribe. The next video might take an even darker turn. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. In a video uploaded by YouTuber Ray RLC on May 26, 2025, what was supposed to be a calm overnight wildlife recording session turned into something far more unsettling. Ray, known for exploring remote outdoor locations and capturing eerie moments, had chosen a quiet forest trail to monitor animal movement. The area showed fresh animal tracks and little human interference, a perfect spot for observation. Once there, he set up a trail camera facing the path and an audio recorder to capture ambient sounds throughout the night.
Found a deer trail. Look where it goes. So I, parked down that way, walked up here. It keeps going on up there. And I want to look up that way up the trail. So I think the perfect spot would be right here. This good old spot. And just look straight up there, and if any deer come walking by, I'll catch them. So I need to get the trail cam and set it up. And we got her. So here's the trail cam. Got it set up. It's facing over there perfectly. But I've got a nice little treat for you guys. There's the sound recorder. Okay. So I'm going to have the trail cam going. I'm also going to have the sound recorder going. I'm going to listen to the audio first, and then the trail cam, just to see what we hear and then what we see. Because that's kind of the fun. You hear something and then see it later. But this is not going to be motion detected. Because sometimes, especially if it's small, I've got another issue too. I don't know. It's because the thing is, I have the trail cam directly on the trail. Trail cams do best at like an angle. Not like this or like this. At an angle like this. But I have this going straight up. If something's coming right at me, sometimes the trail cam just doesn't want to move for it. It should, but sometimes it doesn't. So in order to not risk that, instead I'm just going to do a time lapse. I think time lapses are more fun anyways. If something changes but doesn't catch a motion sensor, it'll do that too, and that's why I prefer that. So we're going to get this going. I'll get that going, and I'll come pick these up tomorrow morning.
After finalizing his setup, Ray made his way out of the woods before sunset, encountering only one person along the trail. A brief, uneventful moment that still left him slightly uneasy. The next morning, he returned to find everything intact.
Oh, I think we're in luck. Nope, didn't get stolen. It's still here. Okay. There's my stuff, still here, waiting for me. In the outer quarter, it looks like it turned off. That's okay, it just means the batteries died probably not long ago. So, well, we'll see how much audio we get. It's made so that as soon as the battery dies, or right before the battery dies, it stops the recording and then dies, so you don't get corrupted or lose it. So we'll be okay. We'll see what kind of audio we got, see what kind of video we got. I'm really excited about that. Let's turn these off and take them down.
The audio recorder had shut off, likely from drained batteries, but nothing seemed disturbed. Feeling relieved, he packed up and brought the gear home to review the footage. Most of what he saw was expected. Deer, raccoons, and various small animals captured moving through the night. But one clip left him stunned. The camera had captured a shirtless man crawling across the forest floor in the dead of night. The man held a large axe, had no flashlight, and moved in silence, not stumbling or wandering, but creeping forward with deliberate control. It was a sight straight out of a horror film. The man's behavior raised chilling questions. What was he doing out there at 4 a.m. armed and alone in such a remote location? The fact that he had no visible light source yet moved confidently, suggested he either knew the area well or had a disturbing purpose. Some viewers speculated that the man might have been mentally unstable. Others suspected something darker, perhaps a ritual or a predatory act under the cover of darkness. A few even suggested he was deliberately avoiding detection. The most unsettling part: if Ray had chosen to camp overnight or returned just a bit later, their paths might have crossed. What was that man truly doing in the woods? And who or what was he looking for? In May of 2017, a YouTuber known simply as Robert uploaded his first and only video to the platform. Although it remains the sole piece of content on his channel, the mysterious footage has captured the attention of thousands over the years. What was meant to be a peaceful solo trip into the wilderness turned into something far more unsettling. Robert had ventured deep into the forest, far removed from any signs of civilization. As night descended, the tranquility of the setting gave way to something inexplicable. While sitting alone at his campsite after dark, he began to notice strange flashes of light deep within the surrounding trees. Initially, he assumed they might be insects or distant campers using lanterns. But it soon became evident that these lights weren't typical. Grabbing his camera, Robert began documenting what he saw. Through the lens, the lights became clearer, hovering, flickering, and pulsing in a way that almost suggested they were aware of being observed. They would slowly drift between trees, pause, then freeze mid-air for extended periods. For nearly 15 minutes, Robert recorded the floating orbs as they glided silently through the trees. No voices, no mechanical sounds, and no footsteps were captured in the audio. Only the ambient night remained, undisturbed by anything that might explain what was unfolding. After uploading the video, Robert's footage quickly spread across the platform. While some viewers theorized that the lights could be drones or camera reflections, many felt the behavior shown was too intelligent and measured to dismiss so easily. One comment in particular caught attention. A man claimed that he and his daughter had witnessed similar glowing orbs while hiking in the same forest months prior. According to him, they moved in the same pattern, silent, floating, and vanishing without explanation. Speculation surrounding the footage ranged from spiritual manifestations to interdimensional entities. Some even considered the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement. The lack of sound or conventional movement ruled out many natural explanations. No known atmospheric conditions or scientific principles could account for stable, luminous objects hovering low between the trees with that level of control. Even more intriguing is the fact that Robert never returned to YouTube. Despite the video's attention, he never shared a follow-up, never responded to comments, and left the channel inactive ever since. Could this have been a one-time encounter, or part of a recurring phenomenon in that forest, witnessed by more than just one person? Was it simply a coincidence, or did Robert experience something he couldn't fully explain and chose to leave it behind? YouTuber Luke Rock and his crew revisited one of the most chilling places they'd ever explored, an abandoned hospital with a long, dark history. Once used as a tuberculosis sanatorium, later a psychiatric facility, and eventually a rehab center, the building carries heavy emotional and paranormal weight. From the moment they arrive, Luke is aware of the risks, both physical and psychological, associated with entering such a place at night.
Dude, I don't even want to look into the rooms. Look at the lights around in this hallway. Like, that's freaking crazy. Dude, whoa. When I was in high school, I used to come down here. What is up, guys? We are in this crazy hospital again. Guys, it is so freaking scary here at nighttime. I don't even know how to explain it. It's crazy. For one, like, there's like a really good chance that there's somebody else in here with us, because the last time I was here, we found the tent here. You just heard something? And it looked like somebody was sleeping here. So, and the very first time that I was here, I actually heard somebody in here drilling. I'm bumping into stuff. Guys, the very first time I was in here, I actually heard somebody like drilling and probably ripping stuff apart. But the craziest part was actually seeing the tent, like somebody's camping out in here. Yo, is that a moaning sound? Was that a car? Guys, we're keeping the lights down for now. We don't want to be too obvious here. Dude, this is the creepiest hallway. This is like going through Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, no joke. We just came from that way. I'm literally shaking in my boots. I'm scared a little bit. This is crazy. I've done some stupid stuff. This has got to be right up there with some of the stupidest. Guys, this was an old hospital. The electricity's still on. It's like so creepy.
I want to see that room with the one.
Oh, from my other video?
Their visit begins around 3 a.m., with the group entering through the decaying corridors of the hospital. Luke notes how intensely uncomfortable the building feels after dark, especially knowing that on previous visits, he had come across signs that someone may have been living there, including a pitched tent inside. Even more disturbing, he recalls once hearing the sound of power tools echoing through the halls. As they move deeper into the building, their flashlights barely penetrate the dense darkness, and the mood grows increasingly tense. Despite the hospital being long out of use, certain electrical systems still function. Lights flicker, phones emit dial tones, and devices behave in ways that defy logic. During the exploration, Luke conducts several spirit box sessions. The results are unsettling. EVPs come through with clear, chilling responses. At one point, he swears someone is outside the room, and moments later, the camera refuses to focus.
Corbin! Guys, my camera was just freaking off. We're getting crazy EVPs in here. It just said 3, right? Just like clear. Who's here with us? What is your name?
To investigate.
What was this hospital used for? Can you tell us what they did in this hospital?
Take care.
Oh, dude. door. Huh?
What?
Open the door. Don't tell me we're locked in here. Oh my god. What idiots, dude. That was really not smart of us. Guys, we almost locked ourselves into this place. Did you say hospital beds?
Yeah, across the nuts.
My camera will not focus. Dude, I wonder what it was that I...
He also revisits a door that had been locked on previous visits, but now mysteriously stands open. Then, in a crumbling restroom, they discover something that pushes the investigation into truly disturbing territory. What appear to be human teeth resting in an old sink. Some teeth even show signs of cavities and metal dental fillings, indicating they once belonged to real people. From that point on, technical issues escalate.
Guys, oh, I can't see nothing. Why can't I see nothing? There's the blue light. Guys, those look like human freaking teeth. Those are human teeth, dude.
Yeah, I mean...
Turn the light on. Hold on. Yeah, they got freaking cavities in them. Well, I mean, anything could have a cavity, but dude, those are filled cavities.
They look old.
Whose teeth are these?
I don't know. That's weird.
Are you kidding me? That is nasty. Just sitting in the sink.
Batteries drain rapidly. Walkie-talkies begin to activate on their own, and unexplained whispers and footsteps follow them throughout the upper floors. Even as they try to leave the hospital, the noises don't stop. Luke hears one last loud movement echo down a hallway, confirming what they've feared all along. They may not be alone. Many viewers have speculated that the location is either home to squatters or something far less explainable. The human teeth, functioning electronics, and direct EVPs all point toward a deeply active energy still lingering in the building. Some believe this residual energy comes from the building's traumatic history, while others suspect intelligent hauntings at play. Was someone living there, trying to remain hidden in the shadows? Or could the hospital still echo with the voices and energy of its past residents? Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you ever walk those halls after dark? In March 2023, YouTubers Nikolai and Brian documented one of the most harrowing moments of their van life journey while passing through Oklahoma. Known for sharing peaceful travel vlogs and scenic stops across the country, this particular entry took a terrifying turn when they unexpectedly found themselves in the path of a violent storm. Their day began uneventfully as they parked their van near a quiet lake, expecting nothing more than a calm afternoon. However, after checking their phones, they discovered that severe storm warnings had been issued. The area was now under a tornado watch, with high wind alerts escalating rapidly. Locals seemed unfazed. Some even continued walking around the lot casually, but Nikolai and Brian, unfamiliar with tornado-prone areas, quickly became uneasy. With no better option,
but there's a loud tornado thing going. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Why don't you just come down with me?
Here comes the hail. Two eyes. There's a person running. I feel terrible. It's a girl. Is she okay? Y'all, there is a man who went into the convenience store and literally I thought he was going in for shelter. Look at that man. He's a freaking... It is not pleasant out there. We're not used to this, y'all, so this is a little scary.
We're just gonna wait it out. We're gonna be okay.
The worst of the storm is coming through, so it's just a little scary to see it coming and then it arriving. I don't know how y'all deal with this all the time. I really do not. The winds are crazy. I've never experienced winds like this.
We don't want them to just stop and pick up again. That means you're in like an eye of a storm.
they decided to remain inside their van and brace for the worst. As ominous clouds gathered overhead, the wind intensified. Soon, emergency sirens filled the air. At one point, Nikolai noticed a young woman sprinting for cover, while another man strolled into a nearby store as if nothing unusual was happening. With limited cell service, the couple relied on updates from Brian's father, who monitored live news coverage from afar. Then, the storm struck. They were located in Norman, Oklahoma when the worst of it hit. Wind speeds exceeded 70 mph. Their van shook violently. Power lines snapped in the distance. Debris flew through the air, and rooftops were torn away. It was a scene straight out of a disaster film. After the storm passed, news reports revealed the extent of the damage. Neighborhoods in Norman and nearby towns had been devastated. Homes lost entire upper floors, windows were shattered, and some structures were completely gutted. Miraculously, Nikolai, Brian, and their van were unharmed. Though physically safe, they were emotionally shaken by how close they had come to disaster. As skies cleared, they cautiously returned to their campsite near Lake Thunderbird. While the van had shielded them during the storm, the lingering sense of what could have happened was difficult to shake. Wanting to process the experience and move forward, they later visited a quirky roadside soda shop along Route 66. Inside, they laughed over strange drink names and enjoyed a rare moment of lightness. The storm served as a powerful reminder of nature's unpredictability, especially for those unaccustomed to tornado country. Some viewers suggested that the couple might consider upgrading their weather gear or installing a satellite alert system in their van, something that could provide faster alerts in remote areas with weak reception. Had the tornado shifted even slightly, their van might not have been spared. It's a chilling thought, how thin the line can be between safety and catastrophe. What would you have done in their place? Would you risk staying in the van or try to find shelter on foot? This next story takes us into one of the most unsettling locations featured on the YouTube channel Cursed Urban, hosted by Dan. In this particular investigation, filmed deep inside what Dan's viewers have come to call Skinwalker Forest,
the last time I was at this part of the forest, something threw a stick at me from the darkness. I will link that video down in the description of when that happened, but it was crazy. I was walking down
he returns to an area where he previously had a disturbing encounter. An unknown force once threw a stick at him from the darkness. That moment left a deep impression, and now, after months away, he's back to see if the forest still hides the same energy. From the start, something feels off. The trail, once rugged and overgrown, now appears oddly maintained. The ground looks mulched, the path more walkable. Dan immediately senses the change and notes how it wasn't like this before. As he ventures deeper into the woods under the cover of night, tension builds.
to the right. That's her gunshots. Dude, that's gunshots over there. That's gunshots for sure right over there.
The silence is interrupted by what sounds like multiple gunshots echoing from somewhere within the forest, followed by a distant, eerie scream. Dan tries to locate the source but finds nothing concrete, only darkness and unease. Throughout the night, he uses various paranormal tools like Spirit Talker, which begins generating unsettling messages. Phrases like blood out, shadowy realms, and doppelganger appear. Then, the chilling message, "You can't stay." Whether this was a warning or a threat, Dan couldn't say. The investigation takes him onto private land owned by his friend Todd, whose property borders the forest. Todd has previously given Dan full permission to camp and explore the area. Dan shares that this land has had its share of unexplained activity in the past. But tonight, things are more inconsistent. Switching to a different app yields less interaction. Phrases like, "Let's play a game," pop up with no follow-through. This sudden drop in activity makes Dan question whether the forest is deliberately toying with him. Has his absence changed something? Did the forest grow used to him before, only to now treat him like an intruder again? Eventually, the atmosphere shifts. The spirit communication slows and then stops completely. Dan speculates that either whatever was present lost interest, or perhaps it was just waiting silently, watching. The most alarming message appears late into the night, cryptic references to rituals and a so-called shuffle game, something unfamiliar to Dan. Spirit Talker repeatedly warns against performing rituals, aligning eerily with the earlier scream and gunshots, casting a shadow over the entire investigation. As exhaustion sets in, Dan retreats to his tent, intending to rest before resuming his investigation in the early morning. But when he wakes, everything is quiet. Spirit Talker, Necrometer, and the spirit box remain silent. No voices, No words. Just stillness. Dan's investigation offers a compelling look at the forest's unpredictability. The early aggression, gunshots, warnings, and strange voices, gives way to silence. Was the forest testing him? Or did his long absence change how the entities responded? The recurring theme of rituals hints at something deeper, possibly tied to local folklore or unseen forces still operating within the woods. What do you think caused the forest to go silent? Was it acceptance, a warning, or something far more sinister? Have you ever experienced a place that felt aware of you? Let us know your theories in the comments. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.